I was basically going to ask you the same thing Mike Massaro just did. I'm assuming by your answer you have not spoken to Juan at this point. You've been celebrating.
I haven't spoken to him.
I was listening to you, Jamie, when you were talking before about how appreciative you are and how great it is to be back with Chip. Do you guys ever wonder what if you'd never left? What maybe would have happened? And or did
we're
you?
Not dating. I mean, we're not.
I mean, but you love him.
I know where you're going with that. I think that me leaving was good for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that by me leaving, it's made me appreciate what I have right now and the situation that I'm in and the relationships that I have with Chip and Felix and Teresa, the crew chief that I have. Even though I will tell you that's not the same car he informed me just now that we ran at Darlington and Chicago. I'll tell you that he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to call you. But
that's what I like about Jamie. He's got his finger right on the pulse of everything going on.
I think it was honestly. I think it was. I think that I don't think it would be the same if I had not left. Our friendship is much more than it ever was before, and for me, it's because I've matured so much from when I was here before. I learned a lot.
Felix, this is for you. When this whole fiasco started with Chip Ganassi being an IndyCar owner coming into NASCAR, I seriously challenged whether he was going to go through with it. Some people did. Now, you teamed up with him, and you've stuck with him in one of the longest contracts you guys had. What makes it work for you?
Well, hell, he wasn't a fiasco. He saved my butt. No, Chip and I have been friends for a long time, and when I got a phone call from my mutual friends that he wanted to come into NASCAR, I thought it was music to my ear because Chip is the most dedicated person I ever met in racing in my life, period. If you cut his veins, motor oil come out of his veins. So, we have been together now for almost 11 years, and we've had one argument. That's who was going to buy dinner here in Indianapolis about 10 years ago. So it's very seldom you can say you got two partners that get along like we do. Because and I talk to Chip. If I don't talk to him at least once a day, I say something wrong with him or vice versa. So we have the relationship that he breathed winning because everybody in the race shop see that him and I speak from the same side. So it's been a great ride. And the guy that got to feel like an idiot tonight got to be Jack Rouch. I mean, he's the one that let him go. Inches from a clean getaway. Inches from a clean getaway. I told him that.
What do you say? I don't know. I got my finger right on it again, right?
Yeah. No.
Yes, Jamie. Dave Reinhardt with WCBK Radio. Jamie, 8th race here in Indianapolis. You were 3rd in 03. You had your best start today. Qualifying racing here in Indianapolis. You fourth time you've been in the top 10. What's your thoughts on Indianapolis?
You know all my stats. What's my
thoughts
on what?
Your thoughts on Indianapolis and becoming a favorite track, or do you have another favorite track you like to race at?
I mean, I think that being a NASCAR guy, Daytona is kind of always that's. I mean, for me growing up, that was the race that I always watched. But when stock cars started coming here, this became a track that everyone wants to win at Daytona and they want to win at Indy. And I told Chip today we were going to do an appearance together, and I told him, I'm like, I said when I walked in the garage this morning, I'm like, there's just a different feeling in here than you get at almost any other racetrack. I'm like, there's just a lot of energy, and the teams put so much effort into this race, with building new cars, or you always bring your best engine here. Everything is just the best. And so, I mean, I've always enjoyed coming here, and certainly this is just one of those tracks that every driver would like to say that they've been able to win at. Plus, we only race here once a year. So it makes it twice as hard to be able to have that. So it's a very special place for sure.
Louis Frank again. This is for Bono and Jamie. This is good for the last thing. Not to remind you, you're still chasing the chase. Now, it's understatement to say that you come to every race looking for a win, but what's your philosophy? And you got the wild card of Watkins Glen. How do you get into the chase now?
Well, we're testing tomorrow for Watkins Glen, so that'll help there. But it's going to be tough. But consistency is the key to making the chase. And we had a string there. We went second, 19th, second, 30th, second, 34th. So the seconds are cool. The 30th don't cut it. So it's just going to be, I think there's 6 more races to the chase, 5. And it's just going to be 5 top 5s. We picked up another 30 points today. And 30 times 5 is 150. We're 151 out. So it's going to take some good, strong runs, and that's all I got to say.
Well, I view the chase differently. I think every time I pay attention to points, we run 30th. So I don't even really care where we're at in points or what we're doing. I think you show up every week and you do your job, and if you make the chase, then that is wonderful, and everyone wants to make the chase. But I can tell you, getting to win the Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400 means more to me this year than making the chase, because next year or in 10 years, the guy that won both those races one year, everybody will talk about. The guy that finishes 3rd or 2nd in the points, nobody cares. So I would really like to be in the chase, but I have no focus on that at all. And I know Bono doesn't want to hear that, but I don't.
And there you have it.
Hey, probably best off.
Let's hear it.
No, that's okay.
Gentlemen, congratulations. Thank you for your time.